So publishing your book is only step one. If you want sales, you need to know what to do after you hit publish. See, most publishers and authors think writing the book's the hardest part, but it's not. It's actually the easiest. Making sales and generating income, that's the hardest part. So I'm gonna walk you through 7 of some of the biggest things that you can do after you hit publish to generate sales and monthly reoccurring revenue on your books. Let's go. So at the top of the list, number one thing I'm gonna have is double check your listing. I cannot get over how many students I look at their books and they are missing their A+. It's only on their ebook and they didn't bother to put it on their paperback, or their description is not formatted correctly, or the description is different for the ebook and the paperback. If you make mistakes like that, like, what are you doing? I mean, really, what are you doing? Guys, double check your listing. When I was brand new, as soon as the ebook was live, the very first thing I did was download the ebook onto my iPad. I would buy it from Amazon, download it, look at it on my ebook or on my iPad, because I wanted to look and see what's the customer experience gonna be. Is everything formatted correctly? Is everything looking exactly as it should? If not, I have to make any changes and adjustments. But going through your Amazon listing, the entire page, and making sure it's picture perfect. I mean, like, your description is everything. It's the spacing between paragraphs, exactly how it should be. Is everything bolded that you want bolded? Are the bullet points the correct bullet points that you want? Is there any weird formatting on it? And then double checking it for the paperback and the hardcover as well. Every single thing. Making sure your A+ is on every single format. Little things like that matter. Stuff like that kills your conversion rates. So many people, they blame their ads for not being profitable. It's because your book page sucks. That's why your ads aren't profitable. You haven't done enough work. So these little things matter. So double check your Amazon listing. I can almost guarantee you right now, go to your listing, go to your Amazon page, look at it. You'll find mistakes on there right now that you never knew that were on there. Spelling mistakes, all of it. You'll find something wrong with it. Fix it, because perfection starts there. Second thing is setting up your author profile. Now, is an author profile that important? Yes and no. I have one for all of my books. Whether it's like a picture of an author and like a backstory I made up for them, okay? I do that a lot. Or if it's like a brand that I have and it's like a logo and like a story of the brand. Either way, Author Central, you can just Google Amazon Author Central. You can have 7 pen names on it and set one up for every single one of your books. It's key, it looks professional, it gives you a little bit of extra stuff that you can do on your listing. I think it is important, and I don't think enough people do it, to be completely honest. Now, when you're choosing your image, don't choose a really crappy AI looking image. Like, I hate those profile photos. I prefer to go find an actual real royalty-free image of a person, and I use that for a profile image instead of like using an AI one. Like, I guess you could do an AI one. You gotta make it not look AI though. So many of them look AI. It just looks awful. It really does. Do better. Third thing, now, securing your first 50 reviews. Not 100, your first 50. Let's get those as fast as possible. Now, with the current times, yes, we have to be a little bit more slower gathering reviews than maybe we could have been a few months ago, which is totally fine. Things happen, it's cool. But getting your first 50 reviews is key. I don't consider a book launched until it has 50 reviews, just because you can't tell how well a book's gonna do until you have some social proof behind it. 50 reviews is some social proof. Then you can start to judge how well it's actually going to do. That's just key. So get your first 50 reviews. You can use whatever websites that you want, whether it's Book Bounty, Done For You, KDP reviews, Nonstop reviews, whatever method that works best for you based on your budget is totally acceptable. You just have to have a plan to get reviews, because a book without reviews is just not going to sell. There's always somebody jumping in the comments, my book has 0 reviews on it selling. Yes, there's always going to be outliers, but for the majority of the people that are watching this, you're not the outlier. Your book's not going to be the outlier. Your book's going to need reviews. So please have a plan to get reviews. Reviews matter. Next point is sending traffic to your book. So with the recent Amazon algorithm change, sending traffic to your book got bumped up to a higher level than I did before. And that's just outside traffic. So that could be your email list, that could be from TikTok, that could be from Meta, anywhere outside traffic is send it to your book. Now, is it required? No, 100% not required whatsoever. Will it give you an unfair advantage? Yes, it will. So how do we do this? There's a couple different ways that you can do it. One, we can run Facebook ads to our books. This is something we started, our publishing company, and I've seen students doing it. So this is definitely something you can do because it does help boost your organic ranking because you're giving Amazon free traffic. Amazon rewards you for free traffic by ranking your book better. So that's definitely something you can do. You can also use TikTok or social media. TikTok's the easiest one. Now, do you need to have a TikTok shop set up for this? No, you don't. You can just literally post TikTok videos and people will go look for your book on Amazon and you can tell them to do that. It only takes one viral video for things to completely blow up on your TikTok. And we've been doing TikTok for a few months. We're now really just starting to see some traffic. And what I make from TikTok is nothing compared to how much the book is now making in spillover on Amazon. So just post videos and see what happens. Posting videos is free. It only costs your time. There's a lot more moving pieces. I don't want to get into everything in this video. I have done some other videos about TikTok and posting videos on that, but I want to be clear. It's not 100% necessary. Like, you can still hit 10K a month on an Amazon KDP without ever posting a single video on social media. Like, you can. It's just scaling beyond that, yeah. Social selling is definitely gonna help. The fifth thing is optimize your A+. Your A+ is basically a visual description of your description. It visually sells the book in other ways that your description can't. I usually go 5 to 6 modules, maybe 4 on some books, 4 to 6 modules. You can't go less than 4. And God forbid you make your A+ yourself. Hire somebody to make it look amazing. It's just do it. It's a cost of doing business. You're not gonna do a good A job with your A+ as much as somebody else is gonna do. There are countless designers out there on Fiverr that you can choose from. Go look at the top selling books in your niche, look at their A+. When I say look, I mean study them for like 30 minutes. Okay, not look at them for 5 seconds. Like, go study them, pick apart them, and then go find a designer that matches that style or whatever the case is. And look, the worst thing you can do when you're creating your A+ is let your designer create the language or the words that they're using. Those words, every single word needs to be strategically placed on your A+ for a specific reason. Because everything you say in text, does one of two things. It brings the prospect, the reader, closer or further away from the sale. Every single word. So make sure you're choosing those words. Now you might be wondering, I'm not very good at copywriting. Well, guess what? There's a free tool called ChatGPT that's an expert at copywriting. Get good at using that and create some great copy. You give that to your designer. They'll design your A+ around that and you're good to go. Okay, the next point I have here is monitor your data early. So what I mean by this is once you've started running ads, because you have to run ads to get data, once you start running ads every day for like minimum of 30 days, but really it should be 3 months, so 90 days. For 30 minutes, you should be looking at your ads every single day without fail. If you do that, I can guarantee you after 9 days, you'll be an expert at ads. But you have to look at your ads to figure out the type of data that you need to understand, or you just gotta understand the data so you can get better at your ads. To kind of give you an idea, there's 2 things I never look at my ads. Is it good or is it bad? Could I do better with if I did? But it's impressions and click-through rate. I don't look at those 2 numbers at all when I'm running my ads. I don't care what my impressions are. I don't really care what my click-through rate is. Does this mean that you should never worry about your click-through rate? I think your click-through rate's way more important than your impressions. But does that mean you should never look at your click-through rate? Not necessarily. Maybe I'm just at a different level where it's like, I know my covers are good, so I know the click-through rate's good to be good, or it's like, okay, it's like close to 1%, so it's like, it's good, whatever. If it's like, maybe if I see like 0.0 something, then it's a little bit more worrying. But like when students ask me, it's like, hey, well, how many impressions should I get for? I do tell them like 1,000 to 2,000 impressions a day, but you shouldn't be obsessed over your impressions. You should be obsessed over your clicks and then your orders. That's it. Those are the 2 numbers that you really need to care about. Clicks, orders. Everything else is secondary and long ways away secondary. But understanding the data that you're getting from your ads will tell you what type of adjustments you need to make on your book in the early days, if any. Sometimes you don't, and you just have to get more reviews, and you just have to let time do its thing, and your book will eventually start getting better and better and better resolved. But your data will tell you this. So you can't ignore the data. Spend time looking at it every single day. And I'm gonna keep saying every single day, because the fastest way to get good at this business is study your ads every single day. Don't make changes every day. Don't do that, that'll screw you up. But look at them every single day and make changes every few days. You cannot fail if you do that. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is number 7, and that's plan your second book. As soon as you launch your first book, plan your second. Once you've launched your book, you're doing the things that I've been talking about in this video, but then you're also thinking or looking for your next topic, for your next book idea, right? You're not going to blow up with one book. You're gonna blow up with 5, because your first book is probably gonna have a whole bunch of mistakes in it. You're gonna screw up a whole bunch of things. Everybody does. And your second book will be a little less shitty than your first book. Guess what? Your third book will be better. Your fourth better than 5 books. You're like, hey, I'm making like $3 grand a month. What the hell? That's how it works. But so many people take 8 to 9 months to do one book. Like, what are you doing? Like, get to work. You should be publishing 5 books a year at a bare minimum in this business. If you're not doing 5 books a year, you're seriously re-look at what you're doing with the business, because you're dragging your feet. I don't care if you're a single mom who's working a job and whatever, you can still publish 5 books a year with AI. You just gotta get down, you gotta work. But so many people are relying on just one book, and they take 10 months to do it, or whatever the case is, and they wonder why they're making no money. Well, it's because you're not really working. You're just pretending you're working, and you're hanging out in groups, and you're talking publishing, but you're not doing any of the work that actually matters, which is publishing books. So, a little rant there, but it really frustrates me when I just see people dragging their feet for no apparent reason. And I want to see less of that so I can see more people win, because there's a lot of money to be made in this space. Enough for us all to win. That's why I make what I hope is content for free for all of you guys, so you can just watch it, make a whole bunch of money, then come work with me once you're making some money, so I can help scale your business even higher. So on that note, go check out the link in the description for my free program. It's a mini course that will show you how to find a topic, write a book, publish a book, then profit from that book within 5 days or less. And you get a bonus free community school group to go along with it, completely for free. So you can go check the link out, and I will see you guys in there. Till next time, everybody. Peace.